Why would anyone choose discomfort? Why would a person willingly seek out pain, difficulty, or challenge? Because the Stoics knew something we've forgotten. Comfort weakens. Discomfort strengthens. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, what you avoid might be exactly what you need. Discomfort isn't your enemy. It's your training ground. Let's explore why you should welcome it. Reason 1. Discomfort reveals who you are. When life is easy, you don't really know yourself. But when life gets hard, your patience is tested, your courage is challenged, your character is revealed. In the gym of life, it's the weight that makes you stronger. No struggle, no growth. Reason 2. Discomfort destroys entitlement. We often expect ease. We expect things to go our way, but the Stoics remind us, you are not owed a smooth path. You are owed nothing, except the opportunity to respond with virtue. When you embrace discomfort, you no longer whine when things go wrong. You adapt, you act, you lead. Reason 3. Discomfort builds discipline. Getting up early, saying no to temptation, doing what's right, not what's easy. These aren't comfortable things, but they build an unshakable will. Each time you choose discomfort over indulgence, you carve strength into your soul. Reason 4. Discomfort sharpens your focus. When you're too comfortable, you drift. You scroll, you procrastinate, but when discomfort hits, you wake up, you lock in, you move with purpose. It creates urgency, clarity, direction. Reason 5. Discomfort prepares you for life. Life will challenge you, guaranteed. Loss, rejection, illness, change. If you've trained in discomfort, these won't break you. They'll shape you. You'll meet adversity not with panic, but with poise. Reason 6. Discomfort makes joy richer. You don't appreciate warmth until you've been cold. You don't savor food until you've fasted. Discomfort adds contrast. It deepens your gratitude. It makes the simple pleasures profound. Reason 7. Voluntary discomfort is freedom. Seneca practiced sleeping on the floor, wearing old clothes, eating plain food, not because he had to, but to remind himself, I can be okay with less. When you choose discomfort, comfort loses its grip on you. You become anti-fragile. Reason 8. Discomfort makes you honest. In comfort, we often lie to ourselves, to others. We pretend, we escape, we numb. But in discomfort, the truth rises. The masks fall. You confront who you are and who you must become. Reason 9. Discomfort builds resilience. The more you face hard things, the more capable you feel. You become the kind of person who doesn't flinch, who doesn't fold. You become stable, reliable, strong. That's power. Reason 10. The obstacle is the path. The Stoics didn't say, avoid hardship. They said, use it. Everything difficult is an opportunity to grow. A rude person, a chance to practice patience, a failure, a chance to build humility, a setback, a chance to show resilience. Discomfort doesn't block the way. It is the way. Reason 11. Discomfort pushes you past your limits. Most people stop at the first sign of strain, but the Stoic knows that's when the real work begins. You don't know your limits until you meet them. And then push beyond. Discomfort becomes a bridge to new strength, new resilience, new confidence. Reason 12. Discomfort creates perspective. When you experience real challenge, you stop sweating the small stuff. Suddenly, the rude comment, the long line, the inconvenient weather, they lose their power over you. You rise above. You learn to see life from a wider lens. And that vision, it guides you with wisdom. Reason 13. Discomfort forces you into presence. Pain pulls you into the now. It demands your attention. In discomfort, you're not thinking about next week. You're in this breath, this step, this challenge, and in that, you discover something sacred, the power of being fully alive. Reason 14. Discomfort earns your self-respect. You know when you've earned something. You feel different after you've lifted the weight, run the mile, held your tongue, told the truth. You didn't take the easy road. You took the honorable one. And that builds pride, not from ego, but from effort. Reason 15. Discomfort sharpens your intuition. When you strip away the noise of comfort, you begin to hear your inner voice. Discomfort removes distractions. It quiets the clutter, and in that silence, you find clarity. You discover what really matters to you. Reason 16. Discomfort expands your comfort zone. The more you face, the more you can handle. What once scared you becomes normal. What once overwhelmed you becomes easy. Discomfort stretches your capacity, and life opens up. Reason 17. Discomfort reveals your potential. The Stoics didn't seek suffering, they sought strength, and strength is found on the edge of what's easy. In choosing discomfort, you begin to meet the version of yourself that's been waiting, not the one who avoids, but the one who rises. Reason 18. Discomfort connects you to humanity. Everyone struggles. Everyone suffers. When you face your own discomfort, you develop empathy. You see others more clearly. You stop judging. You start understanding, and that makes you not just stronger, but kinder. Reason 19. Discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. All growth requires friction. Muscles tear before they rebuild. Old habits must die before new ones emerge. Discomfort is not a punishment. It is a passage. Through it, you become new. Reason 20. Discomfort brings you closer to virtue. To the Stoics, life wasn't about pleasure. It was about virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Discomfort is where those virtues are forged. It's easy to talk about patience when life is calm. It's harder and more real to practice it in the storm. That is where character is born. So how do you begin? Don't wait for hardship to find you. Create small challenges. Every day, walk the harder path. Choose silence over noise. Choose effort over ease. Discomfort isn't suffering. It's sacred. Each day, ask, where can I grow? Then lean in, not to prove anything, but to become someone. Someone you respect. Someone who can carry weight. Someone who doesn't flinch. That's the Stoic path. It's not glamorous, but it is powerful. And over time, discomfort becomes not just something you endure, but something you welcome, because it leads you somewhere comfort never can, to strength, to depth, to freedom, to the kind of life that matters. Live that life. Start today, right where it's hard.